people are comparing Mii's avatars in the NXE to PlayStation Home, and they're all comparing them together. Alright. They're all separate apps. I don't know what you dumb shits can't realize that, but the NXE is completely different from either of the two. Again, separately. And Home is a separate app altogether. And Mii's are just like integrated avatars within the Wii. Because what do you use Mii's for besides avatars? Nothing. They're avatars in games, they're avatars in messaging, and they're avatars, and that's it. That's all they do. They're an extra feature in games, and when you want to go online, it's your picture. So the Mii's don't do anything but that. But avatars, they have their own games, and they're part of a whole dashboard. Home is a completely different app altogether. In fact, it's a separate app from the cross media bar. You don't boot up into Home. It's completely different. And that's one fault I see with Home. Honestly, if I was a PS3 owner, I wouldn't even be excited for that. Due to the fact that, how am I going to convince all my friends, yo, let's go to Home, guys. Let's all go to Home. Yeah, the problem with Home is that it boots into a completely different app. If it was synchronized with the cross media bar, it would be a lot different. Like if you booted into your living space, and then to pull out your cross media bar, you press the PlayStation button and you bring out a PSP, and there's your cross media bar. Or you sit down at your TV and bam, But it doesn't do that. It's a whole different app. You have to convince people, and there's bowling with the 6-axis, where you go like that to bowl, and it's like they got Wii Sports, and they got The Sims and combined them. In fact, there's nothing special about Home to make it part of the experience, the PS3 experience. It's just there if you want it. I mean, honestly, I've played the beta at my friend's house, and it's just like you go into Home, you're there for a couple of hours, and then you're done. You never want to go back to it. It's not part of the experience at all. So it's its own separate thing. So people might spend a lot of time at Home, not criticizing Home and saying it's bad. It's just that, it's not part of the experience like Mii's and avatars are when they are, their functionality within different games. And, Home has functionality with games too. You can get, the living spaces from games, like God of War 3, for example, is going to have this huge living room that becomes a colossus. Once you go into Home, you can access that theme for your home. But other than that, you can't use your Home avatars in games. And, a lot of the crap's been canceled out of it. I mean, the video sharing is now, you can watch PSP commercials. It's just Home really doesn't need to exist. And neither do avatars and Mii's, but at least they have more of a purpose to exist than Home does. And that's my whole problem. I mean, they could have just put it on a disc and made it optional and give you a game. That's Home, what Home should have been. Should have been its own game. But, I know I'm going to get attacked by a lot of people for those statements, but anyone who's played the Home beta that I've talked to doesn't disagree with me. So, yeah, you can't really compare these things because the PS3 version, the Home, it's a completely different app. The 360 avatars, they're just integrated within the dashboard, and they're a different way to show yourself to your friends. The Mii's are your gamer pick for games and messaging. That's all they are. They're completely different segments. I don't know how you can compare the two. What do you guys think? Post in the comments.